Alright, let's get one thing straight. If your life feels like a dumpster fire rolling downhill, well, it's not your astrological sign, it's not just bad luck, and it's not because your soulmate is apparently lost in the Amazon rainforest with no cell service. You see, the problem, my soul-searching friend, is probably you. I know that stings a little because it's so much easier to blame those nasty cosmic forces, or that ex with the emotional range of a carrot. When all's said and done, you are the common denominator. In all your crappy experiences, you're saying yes when you actually mean no. You let these emotional vampires treat your life like an all-you-can-eat misery buffet. And don't we love a good sob story? It gets sympathy. A one-way ticket to Miseryville, population, you. Step 1. Accept that you are the one responsible for your own happiness. No one's going to swoop in to save you. There's no magical life hack. No 5-step program will fix things if you won't look at your own choices. You're the one piloting this chaotic meat suit, so take the wheel back. And please stop whining about the hand you've been dealt. Start playing the cards you have with strategy and guile. Make a pact with me. For the next 10 minutes, and hopefully longer, stop outsourcing blame. Human beings are social creatures, which is a nice way of saying we're hardwired to put up with a shocking amount of bullshit, just to avoid being alone. We tolerate the friend who only calls when they need to borrow money or trauma dump on you for 3 hours straight. We stay with the partner who criticizes everything we do, from the way we breathe to our choice of breakfast cereal. Okay, so I like Cocoa Pops, so what? We tell ourselves it's not that bad, that they have their good moments. It's a comforting, cozy lie that keeps you marinating in this slow-acting poison that rots you from the inside out. These relationships are emotional black holes, and for the love of good God Almighty, stop using your kids as a shield. There it is, the classic excuse. I'm staying for the children. Kids aren't stupid. They are tiny, emotionally attuned sponges who soak up every ounce of tension in the household. The toll this takes on your health is staggering. You're not just emotionally drained, you're physically exhausted. Leaving is terrifying. It's messy and complicated. Staying is choosing a known misery over an unknown possibility of happiness. If the word boundaries makes you think of awkward, confrontational conversations, you're looking at it all wrong. Think of boundaries as the moat around your personal castle. They're not there to be aggressive. They're not there to keep everyone out. They're there to protect the kingdom, you. Your moat dictates who crosses the drawbridge and under what conditions. It stops invading armies of needy relatives or demanding bosses, emotionally manipulative partners, from storming your gates and ransacking your emotional treasury. Without a moat, your castle is a free-for-all. They will muddy the carpets and steal your silverware. Setting boundaries is not mean, it's self-respect. Saying, I will not answer work emails after 6 p.m. I am definitely not available to listen to you complain about your ex for the 10th time this week. No, you cannot borrow my car. No, you cannot borrow my money. At first, people will test your moat. They'll try to swim across, build a rickety raft, or whine until you lower the drawbridge. This is the critical moment. If you hold firm, they will learn the new rules. Think of boundaries as your personal suit of armor. It lets you navigate the world with confidence, protected from casual cruelty and thoughtless demands. For a tiny 2-letter word, no carries an incredible amount of weight. We're terrified of it. We think saying no will make us seem selfish, unhelpful, unlovable. So we contort ourselves into human pretzels trying to please everyone. Yes to extra projects at work, yes to social events when we'd sooner pull our fingernails out than attend. Each reluctant yes is another brick you're adding to the wall of your own prison. Your stress levels skyrocket, and your to-do list becomes a monster that haunts your dreams. You're living your life on everyone else's terms. The chronic stress of being a people pleaser is a silent killer. Your cortisol levels are perpetually jacked up. Now imagine the sheer, unadulterated bliss of walking away. Picture this. Your phone buzzes with a text from that drama magnet friend who needs to urgently vent. Instead of dropping everything, you put your phone on silent. Or your boss asks you to stay late and you politely but firmly say, "Sorry, I can't tonight." That initial jolt of fear is quickly replaced by a wave of calm. And guess what? The world doesn't end. Your boss doesn't fire you, your friend doesn't spontaneously combust, and you get to enjoy your evening in peace. Every time you say no to something that drains you, then you are saying yes to something that replenishes you. Walking away and saying no isn't an act of rejection, it's an act of profound self-preservation. Right, let's talk about money, because your emotional misery is probably costing you a fortune. Every toxic relationship, every unwanted obligation, every people-pleasing tendency has a hefty price tag attached. You're constantly lending money to that flaky friend who never pays you back. You're buying expensive gifts to try and earn the affection of an important family member. You're paying for therapy to deal with the stress. You're stress shopping on Amazon at 2 a.m. to fill the emotional void. These people and situations are not just emotional leeches, they are financial leeches, slowly draining your bank account. When you start cutting these toxic ties and obligations, something magical happens. You suddenly have more money. It's simple math. You stop paying the misery tax. For years you've been letting these weeds, these money leeches, grow unchecked. Well, start ripping those weeds out by the roots. Your garden will look a bit bare at first, but soon, with all that newfound space and resources, your financial goals can finally start to grow and flourish. You can build a rainy day fund, or invest in a class to learn a new skill, save up for a vacation, to a place where your phone doesn't get any service. Unsubscribing from misery is the single best financial investment you will ever make. Okay, time for another dose of reality. A lot of us are honestly just stuck in this state of perpetual waiting, clinging to the hope that some external force will come along and fix our lives. We're waiting for the perfect partner to complete us, the dream job to just fall into our lap, maybe a lottery win, to magically solve all our problems. This is what I call the fairy tale delusion, and honestly, it's incredibly dangerous. You've probably been fed a steady diet of Hollywood rom-coms and Disney movies. Life is not a movie, and waiting for a fairy tale ending is just a recipe for permanent disappointment. Real relationships, the ones that actually work, aren't built on grand romantic gestures. They're built on something far less glamorous. Planning, communication, and hard work. They're built by two complete, functional adults who have done the work on themselves first. They don't need someone to save them because, well, they've already saved themselves. They choose to be together, not out of desperation. You have to be the architect of your own damn life. This means making a plan. It means figuring out what you actually want, not what you think you should want based on social media. It means breaking those goals down into small, actionable steps, and then doing the boring, unsexy work of executing that plan every single day. Success isn't about one big, heroic moment. It's about the cumulative effect of thousands of small, disciplined choices. Your notice is here. It's this essay yelling at you to get off your ass. In our culture, we really celebrate perseverance. We're told to never give up, to stick it out, to fight for what you want. Sometimes that's good advice. But we rarely talk about the other side of the coin. The immense strength, wisdom, and courage required to know when to walk away. Walking away isn't quitting, it's a tactical retreat. It's realizing that the battle you're fighting is unwinnable. Think about the sunk cost fallacy. This is that stupid little voice in your brain that says, "But I've already invested so much time, effort, emotion into this." You stay in a terrible relationship for years because you've already invested years. This is like continuing to eat a shit sandwich just because you've already taken a few bites. It's completely irrational. The smart move, the powerful move, is to drop the sandwich, wash your mouth out, and go find some real food. Don't let it dictate your future. Walking away requires more courage than staying. Staying is easy. Staying is familiar, even if it's familiar misery. Every time you choose to walk away from something that no longer serves you, you create a vacuum. And science and life will both tell you that nature abhors a vacuum. By leaving the toxic, you create space for the healthy. By walking away from draining obligations, you create time for fulfilling passions. By ending relationships that diminish you, you open the door for relationships that elevate you. Walking away is not an ending. It is a powerful, intentional, and necessary beginning. It's the ultimate act of cleaning the slate, so you can start to write a better story for yourself. Let's clear up a common misconception: being alone is not the same thing as being lonely. Loneliness is a painful emotional state. You can feel lonely in a crowded room, or lying next to someone in bed. Being alone is just a physical state. It's just you by yourself. Here's a secret: being alone can be pretty awesome. Peaceful, restorative, really liberating, but only if you learn to be good company for yourself. A lot of us fear solitude because we've never tried it. The moment we're alone, we reach for a distraction. Phone. We're afraid of the silence because we're afraid of what we might hear. Learning to keep your own company, without distraction, is a crucial skill. In quiet moments, you get to know who you really are. Once you embrace solitude, you become selective about who you let in. You're no longer operating from fear or desperation. It ensures when you choose to be with someone, it's genuine, not just validation. So go on. Take yourself out on a date. You might find you're the best company you've ever had. We're all familiar with the pre-flight safety announcement. In the event of a loss in cabin pressure, put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. Self-care isn't selfish. It's the fundamental prerequisite for being a functional human being. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be a good parent, partner, friend, employee if you are running on fumes. So here's your 10-minute hack to unsubscribe from misery, and you need to do it every single day. For 10 minutes, that's it, just 600 seconds. And your only job is to put on your own oxygen mask. This isn't about meditating on a mountaintop or taking a 2-hour bubble bath. This is about a small, non-negotiable act of self-prioritization. It could be 10 minutes of sitting in your car in silence before you walk into the house. It could be 10 minutes of stretching, or reading a book that has nothing to do with self-improvement, or listening to one album all the way through without multitasking. The point of this daily ritual is not necessarily what you do, but the message you send to yourself by doing it. The message is, I matter. My well-being is a priority. Doing this consistently rebuilds your relationship with yourself. It rewires your brain to value your own peace and sanity. For people who have spent a lifetime putting everyone else first, this can feel incredibly foreign and even selfish at first. Ignore it. Your only job is to show up for yourself for those 10 minutes every single day, no excuses. Stop making excuses. You have 10 minutes, set a timer for 10 minutes, and go put on your damn oxygen mask. Your life depends on it. So now go and live your life for you, and please like and subscribe because it's good to be alive, people.